reading. We want to encourage reading among students and all adults in Jamaica. I want to acknowledge students and teachers joining us on this platform from Jessie Paul Primary, St. Aloysius Primary, St. Francis Primary and Infant, Duane Park Primary, and the Hope Valley Experimental Primary School near to Augustown. We want to encourage parents or guardians to read to children regularly, to stimulate their interest in books, and to discover the joy and pleasure in reading. When we start reading at an early age, we develop our brain's ability to understand and to be creative and imaginative. Reading helps to provide background knowledge on our world and help us to make sense of what we see, hear, and read. Reading helps us to develop an understanding of other people's experiences and cultures and introduces us to new languages. In fact, it is the gateway to countless skills and possibilities and a lifetime of discovery. I am very happy you could join us today, and I will begin by reading from a book that should be on your screen right now, hopefully. And it's called This Is My Home. And we're gonna, if it's not there, we're gonna try to get it on now. All right, so this book is called This Is My Home. This is my house, this is my home. And I'm sure all of us can relate to that. We live in houses, but we call them home because home means family. So it begins. This is my house, this is my home. My family lives in this house. We live together in this house. This house is our home. Nice house, lots of land, a little garden in the front. And you can see that this young man is quite proud of his home, and look at all his relatives that are there. We're going to hear more about this family. So he's inviting us in. He says, come in, come through the gate, come up the path. He's quite friendly. He's taking home his friends. So his grandma can know his friends and his friends can know his grandma. He says, this is my porch. My grandma likes to sit on the porch. Hi, Granny. These are my friends. My friends are going to see our home. And then we're inside of the home now. It says, this is our house. This is our home. Come inside. And then he goes to the living room, says, this is our living room. What can you see in the living room? You can see sofas and chairs, and you can see an entertainment center, pictures on the wall. There's some plants. There's another picture over here. And look at all these children. They're so excited to look inside of the living room. And then he invites them in. He said, we sit on chairs, we sit and talk, we watch TV, we play games. Now for the next room, which is probably one of your favorite. It's certainly one of my favorite. This is our kitchen. We have a stove in the kitchen, and see the mother is cooking. This looks like a pot with some dumplings cooking. And I can see the mother stirring the pot and trying to get some seasoning over here. We cook on the stove. The pots on the stove get hot. Watch out. I'm sure you've heard that from your parents or your grandma. Don't go too near to the stove. Don't touch the pot with your bare hands. It could hurt. So those are warnings that you get when you go into the kitchen because of the fire that's in the kitchen. We have a fridge in the kitchen. It is cold in the fridge. Food stays fresh in the cold fridge. Close the fridge door, keep the hot air out. I know as children, love to open the fridge door because you're looking for snacks, you're looking for drinks, you're looking for all the goodies, and you open the fridge door many times per day. But when you do that, hot air goes in the refrigerator, it causes it to have to work more, and so you use up more electricity in the home. And that's why parents usually say, please close the fridge door. Please close the fridge door. It's not that they're being, kind of miserable. It's just that there is a cost to opening the fridge door frequently. So we're in the dining room now. This is our home. This is our house. In our home, we sit together and eat. We eat at this table. We say thanks for the food. And you can see the family gathered around, lots of good stuff on the table. And they're being thankful for being able to have food on the table to eat. As you can see, they've closed their eyes and they're saying a prayer of thank you. Now they've all eaten, as you can imagine, and now it's cleanup time. Not a time that a lot of people like. They like to cook, they like to eat, but when it comes to cleanup, they're like, clean up. Oh, don't want to do the dishes. Oh, let my sister do the dishes, or let my brother do the dishes. But we all have to participate. So the writer of the book is saying, my mother is a good cook. My father is a good cook. We eat all our food. Yum. And then here comes the responsibility part. We wash our dirty plates. We wash our plates in the sink. And then our kitchen is clean. So you can see everybody's helping to wash the plates. Grandma is at the sink. Mother is wiping the plates. The children are helping. And see the dad over here putting away the pots. So this is great. This is good family time. You're able to talk to each other about issues or just to tell each other what has been happening in your lives. It's great when families can come together like this. Okay, the bathroom now. This is our bathroom. And you can see it's painted blue, mostly blue bathroom with towels and sink and a bathtub. We wash our hands in the basin. We take a shower in the bath. And again, he's so proud and happy to be showing around his friends into the bathroom. And then he takes them to his bedroom. So this is my bedroom. My bed is small. My sheets are blue. My sister's bed is small. Her sheets are yellow. I like my blue sheets. Nice picture, nice little caricature, cartoon pictures on the wall here in the bedroom. We have pictures on the wall. We have a mat on the floor. We have shelves for toys and books. We have a chest of drawer for our clothes. I like our room. And you can see these are pictures, or they're photographs on the wall, lots of little exciting animated creatures painted on the wall. Mummy and Daddy have a bedroom too. They have a big bed. They have a chest of drawers. They have a closet for their clothes. It's exciting to go into Mommy and Daddy's room a lot of times to see what they have there. And so the journey has ended. The tour of the house is completed. So now they're in the backyard. This is our house. This is our home. We have a yard around our house. We have a lawn of grass. And you can see they're it looks like they're in the back. And there's a flower garden right here and lots of good room to play in the backyard. So we run across the lawn, we skip and jump, we kick our balls. And it looks like these children are in a home in the country, because I know in town, we don't have this kind of space in the backyards in houses in town. So this must be someplace out in Trelawney or St. Elizabeth, or those areas where you have wide open space, Clarendon, and so on. So if this is not what your home looks like, maybe it's because you live in the city, And so you don't have as much space. But out in the country, this is generally what it looks like. But children run across the lawn, they skip and jump, we kick our ball. But watch out. Do not kick the ball in the flower beds. Do not run in the vegetable beds. Mommy or daddy will send you to your bed. So these are these gardens are what the adults would have done. The flower gardens, the vegetable gardens, and I'm sure children participate as well. I remember when I was growing up, we were given things to plant, peas or whatever else, and we would watch as those peas would burst out the ground, and we were happy, we were excited to know that something we had put in the earth, came to be. So would encourage you. You can get a pot, you can get an empty can, put some dirt in it, and next time your parents go to the market and they come back with some peas, maybe you could try that and see if it grows. That will be an exciting experiment. And so I think we're on the final page of This Is My House, This Is My Home. And so everybody's waving goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. And I hope you enjoyed this story. Thank you so much. And if there's a question from any of the students, I'll take it. I see someone with their hand up.
Sophia, you have been muted. You could go ahead and speak.
Go ahead. I'm not hearing anything, Chantal. So is this a good time to introduce Mr. Alvin Day, who is going to come and do a presentation? Mr. Day?
Yes, Minister Williams, I am here.
Please go ahead. Let me say, Mr. Day has written this very interesting book. And Mr. Day, we met many years ago. I think you had first written that book. And I have an autographed version of it. I read every single word. If caterpillars can fly, so can I. That was such an interesting title because caterpillars can't fly, but you walked us through the thinking, the evolution, how the caterpillar evolves into becoming a beautiful butterfly. So please go ahead.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Minister Williams. And I must confess, I did enjoy that story myself. I'm one of the children. And so let me say, good afternoon, Jamaica teachers and students. Greetings from Florida in the US. I am so delighted to have a chance to talk with you. And I thank you so much, Minister Williams, for giving me this opportunity. Now, the main reason that I'm here is that I want to announce a gift that my company and I are giving to teachers across the island tomorrow as a gift for Teachers Day. And so it is going to go to all 26,000, I say 126, all 26,000 teachers across the island. And so the question may be, why would I want to do this? Why would my company want to do this? Let me give you a little background to put this in context. See, I grew up in Jamaica. I spent most of my years in a place called Frankfield, Clarendon. And despite the fact that when I was growing up, things were not ideal, today I have had the opportunity of founding a company, being the CEO and executive director of a management consulting company that has clients in the United States, in South America, in Europe, in Asia, all around the world. I've been to China. I've been to the walls of China. Can you imagine that? But it never was that way when I was growing up. I didn't have the privileges and the respectability of people around me when I was a child. And in fact, many people didn't expect me to make it when I was a little boy, going to Frankfield Primary School and going to Edwin Allen High School in Frankfield. My life was like this. When I was 6 years old, my father got on a plane and went to a place we called it England. I've never seen him again. My mother, when I was 8 years old, got on a plane and went to a place called America. I didn't see her again until I was 20 years old, the rest of my childhood. And I didn't have anywhere to live. And I was living one place or another with my relatives until I went to Frankfield to live with my grandmother. Now, my grandmother took me in and began to teach me and encourage me. She knew that she didn't have everything to give me materially. We didn't have electricity in our home. We had a lamp. I studied for my primary school exam, for my high school exams, my fifth form exams using lamplight, home sweet home. I used lamplight to study. And we didn't have running water. I used to bathe in the Rio Mino to go to school. We didn't have all the basic things that would make someone respectable in society. And sometimes the children would tease me. I was not good at football and cricket, so I didn't get respect there. And so when I would go home crying, my grandmother would say, boy, don't worry about the children who tease you. You may look like a little caterpillar on the outside, but you're going to grow up to be a good man one day. She said, if you will trust in God and do the right thing, you're going to grow up to be a good man. She said, if you'll stay away from bad company and work hard, you will grow up to be a good man. She said, if you will take everything that you can from your teachers, you're going to grow up one day and be a great man. In fact, you look like a butterfly today to some people, but you're going to burst out wings and learn to fly. I believed my grandmother. And I'm here to tell you that because of that encouragement, I was able to spend my time in the books. When I didn't feel good about life, when people would tease me, when some people didn't believe in me, when even my parents I didn't understand, I got lost in my books. And so it is because of that I was able to grow up and begin to pursue my dreams. And the places I used to read about in books, I've had a chance to go and see them and touch them with my hands. I'm here to encourage you because students, I know there are times when you don't have everything that you need and you feel terrible and you have pressure on you and people don't understand. Hang in there. If you will trust in God, if you will take everything that you can from the teachers, suck out every piece of knowledge that you can from the teachers. If you stay away from bad company that wants you to do the wrong thing and you know what's right, you too will grow up and be an incredible woman, an incredible man one day because God put talent in you. And so this is one of the reasons why I'm here today, because when I go back to Jamaica, and I haven't been able to do it because of the pandemic in the last year, obviously, but when I go back to Jamaica and go to my high school, I see the children who look just like me. And I must tell you, teachers, that there's just the reason I was able to make it to fulfill my dreams is because one, God's blessing, because of God's blessing, and two, because of my teachers. My goodness, when I didn't have electricity and it was dark around me, I would take my lamp and I would see the world in pictures and in books, and I dreamt of that. And my teachers were taller than me. They knew more than I knew. They were respectable, and I wanted to be like them. Teachers, you may not have everything working for you today. You may not be satisfied with the economic situation of your life. Your community may not be treating you the way you need to be treated. The political system and the social system may not be what you want. So if you can't take solace in all of that, take solace in the fact that in your hands, you have the next generation. You could have in your classroom today the next prime minister. She may not look like it on the outside, but trust me, she has wings on the inside. He may not look like he'd ever become anything, but God put a kernel of wisdom and goodness in that little boy. Treat him well, do everything that you can, because they think of you as parent and friend and counselor and guide. You'd be amazed at what they think of you when you just signed up to be a teacher. You have an important role in shaping the next generation. And I want to encourage you, when the pain is hard, remember that you too have wings and you too can fly. These are the reasons I've come back here. I want to make a difference. And so I want to give, on behalf of my company, Global Empowerment Institute, I want to give a gift to you and to all the other teachers in Jamaica of this book called If Caterpillars Can Fly, So Can I. This book is a revolutionary book. As it has turned out, this book has changed the lives of so many people. It is beyond me as a writer. What it does is it gives you clues and tips and techniques for how you can achieve your dreams. I must warn you, however, this book is not a motivational book. In fact, this book will disturb you deep in your belly. it will make you get to a place emotionally where you are no longer satisfied with that which is ordinary and regular and routine and average. This book will make you feel like, pardon me, Mr. Williams, me can't dead yasso. Me have so much more me have to go learn to fly. I promise you this. I promise you this. When you get that book tomorrow, when the minister sends out the notice with the link in it, you read the first chapter, maybe 2 chapters, and you're going to be in trouble because you won't be able to put it down. It will hit you in your stomach. It is a very simple book. Students are reading it. Teachers, some teachers have put it on the book list, but it is for you, to encourage you, to help you to get back to the dreams and hopes and aspirations that you had when you were a teenager. This book will teach you how, metaphorically, you can soar where you are and then see the power that you have in your hands. I can tell you what you'll get out of this book in part. You will come to realize that your future of happiness and your lifestyle and your life working out is not a function of how your principal treats you. It's not a function of the Ministry of Education. It's not a function of the Prime Minister or anything else. It is really up to you. You literally have the power in your hands to go through a life of hope and expectancy and great power. Now, when you get to that place emotionally, everything changes. You learn how to go through adversity and leverage adversity. Most people try to do well despite adversity. You will learn how to do well because of adversity. The tough times can be the building blocks. So I'm telling you, for those people who get that idea, even COVID-19 will become an opportunity because the world is changing and opportunities are rife all over the place. So I'm pretty excited about the notion that you're going to get in this book tomorrow. I will stop now because I feel so energized about this. And I'm so grateful for the Ministry of Education and Minister Williams giving me the opportunity to say hello to you. Here's what's supposed to happen next. Tomorrow, on Teachers' Day, you will get communication from the ministry. And in that communication, there's going to be a link. All you'll have to do is on your phone or on your computer, click on that link and you'll be taken to a place where you can get an immediate copy of that book downloaded to your system and you can begin to read it right away on Teachers' Day. And trust me when I tell you, if you will just begin to read it, it will light up your life. People will ask you, what's going on? You might not be able to sleep tomorrow night. And I'm not saying this proudly as an author. I'm saying it only because of what I've heard from others, teachers and students alike. I trust that you keep yourself safe, that you keep yourself well. Students and teachers, do what's necessary with your masks and your social distancing, but do not abandon yourself. Grow and develop and expand, because one day when Minister Williams is done, she wants one of you to take her position as Minister of Education. Am I telling the truth, Minister Williams? And when people look at you, they may not see Minister of Education or Prime Minister or lawyer or doctor in you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what they say, because you're not what you look like on the outside. You're what you are on the outside. The dreams and the hopes and the aspirations and the imagination and all the things you know you're going to grow up to do, they're still there for you, teacher, student alike. Hang in there and work on yourself. This book will light a fire in your belly. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity. My last word is thank you, Minister Williams, and teachers all. Happy Teachers' Day ahead of the day happening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alvin Day. Thank you for coming in with, today to be here to explain this gift to our teachers. Thank you. I know you mentioned the name of your company, Global Empowerment Institute. Believe it or not, Mr. Day, increasing the level of support for our teachers in terms of their professional and personal development is high on the agenda for the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. And so what you are doing in terms of bringing this book to them, if caterpillars can fly, so can I, that is so aligned with what we are doing to empower our teachers, to support them in their personal life as well as their professional life. So this is awesome. I think you just read our minds when you're here today. God is guiding you to be here. And so this is a good start, especially on Teachers' Day, to say to our teachers, here is a great example of the beginning of personal development for you. Thank you so much again. I read the books. I read your book many years ago, and I still remember it. Yes. So thank you again. Thank you for coming into our session.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You're very gracious.
All right. So boys and girls, I hope you'll be walking away with something. Teachers who are present in the classrooms or where students are. Happy Teachers Day. Tomorrow you will hear my message, but please, when you get the link, click on it, download the book, don't waste a minute. You will enjoy it, but again, it's going to uplift you. It's going to uplift you that you will never know. You'll want to share it with others. Thank you so much, Mr. Day. Blessings.
Okay, Minister Williams, we have a question from Jaden Davis from Hope Valley. Jaden, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hi, Jaden, I'm not hearing.
Jaden, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Want to go on? Okay. All right, Jaden, go ahead.
Okay, until Jaden unmutes her mic, we have Shanika. Shanika, go ahead and unmute your mic so you could speak.
Miss, I didn't ask anything.
Go ahead, Jaden.
Excuse me, Miss Favor. I didn't ask anything.
Okay, all right. Chantal, she didn't ask a question. Go ahead to the next person. Chantal?
Yes, okay, Minister, that's
go
it.
ahead.
That's it
All
for
right.
everyone.
Wonderful. Okay, boys and girls, please have a great day. Today, Read Across Jamaica Day. Please get a book or two, read to yourself or read to your brother or sister or your cousin that's in your home. Have fun reading. This is the best gift that you could give yourself. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you again, Mr. Day. Teachers, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.